Good morning, guys, and welcome to day 19 of my keto challenge here in Mexico. This morning, we're up bright and early, and I'm gonna start the morning with a run. I haven't been running in several months, but I got my Couch to 5K app, and I'm gonna give it a shot. Okay, the program that I'm gonna use today is 5-minute run and then 90-second walk. So I think that's a pretty easy, good start. And just to make it a little bit harder, I'm gonna run on the beach. All right, that was a little bit harder than I expected. Maybe 5 minutes in the sand was ambitious, but I think my best run was about 3 minutes, and that's a good place to start. Everybody starts somewhere. Try again tomorrow. We are having a chill day today. We're not going to be traveling anywhere, so I thought that this would be a good opportunity to talk about my progress. I thought I would talk about areas that I think I'm doing really well in on my keto journey, and then other areas that I think that I have a little bit of room for improvement. In my first week on keto, I lost 5 pounds. I was really happy with that progress. I did do my weigh-in on the second week, and I was almost exactly the same. So I hadn't gained any, but I hadn't lost any. I realized that going by actual weight is not the most accurate. It would be better to do fat percentages and circumference. However, I don't have any of those fancy tools along. All I have is just a little mini scale while I'm traveling here full-time on the road. So that's what we're going to go with. What I think I am doing really well in my first 2 weeks of ketosis is being conscious of my electrolytes. I'm definitely consuming more salt, and I'm trying to eat foods that are rich in potassium and magnesium, just to avoid any of that keto flu, dizziness. And really, I feel like I have avoided it. I had the odd headache around day 3, 4, but other than that, I felt great. The other thing that I think is working really well for me is that I'm having a coffee in the morning that has heavy whipping cream and coconut oil. And this just makes me feel really full throughout the day. I don't feel like I need to have any breakfast, so I've only been consuming 2 meals a day. And there have been a few days that I've only had 1 meal, and I think adding in that intermittent fasting has helped me a lot too. All right, now let's get to the things that I feel like I could do better, the things that I think are stalling my progress. One area that I feel like I could use improvement is how much protein I'm consuming. So you'll see with my previous videos, some of them are very high protein meals. And the problem with going too high on your proteins when you're in keto is that any extra protein gets turned into sugar through the process of gluconeogenesis. It's important to remember that keto is a high-fat, moderate protein, low-carb diet. Which brings us around to fats. You'll see some of my meals in the last couple weeks have been low-fat content, which in turn makes me just eat a larger meal. So you definitely need to add in those fats into the meal to make sure that you actually feel full and you're not eating a huge meal. And the other area for improvement was that since my week 2 was during Christmas, I was probably eating more treats than necessary. Now, everything that I ate was keto, but even having those extra keto treats, it all adds up. You know, I really enjoyed it. It was wonderful, but something to definitely keep in check. Another thing would be consumption of veggies. I feel like I was maybe not having enough lettuce and coniferous vegetables to contribute to add the fiber back in. Now that we're taking out the whole grains, we got to add the fiber back in, and so veggies are definitely a good way to do that. And the final room for improvement, I feel, on my weight loss journey is to add in some exercise. Because although eating well is really important, I think it's also important to do some exercise, because the whole goal of this is to get healthy, to get strong. So I do want to add in more running, more strength training, things like that in my next couple weeks. Hopefully those things are helpful if you're in your first couple weeks of doing keto and you're feeling a little bit stalled out. These are going to be my goals for the following couple of weeks. Number one, I want to start adding in apple cider vinegar. This is really great to decrease your insulin levels. Another thing I really want to do is start to exercise again, start running, doing my strength training, add that into my routine. And the third thing I really want to do is try to move to one meal a day. I know that that's a hard goal, but I think that that makes a huge difference in dropping your insulin levels. And so we'll see with adding those things how the progress goes for the next couple weeks. For supper tonight, we are going to be doing fish with a keto-friendly breading, as well as some veggies. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you like the content, be sure to subscribe, and we will see you again tomorrow.